Hello, and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. We've spent the last couple of weeks talking about Google Gemini, which is a AI service that's incorporated into Google Classroom that has some of the same functions as ChatGPT and a few other AI chat programs, but it actually works a little bit more specialized with Google Classroom and takes out some of those steps. One of the great things that you can do is you can use Google Gemini to write a story. This can be great for lots of different things, but it's especially good for English comprehension, testing for figurative language, looking to see how to build suspense in a story. Let's take a look at how to do that. We're going to create the story first, and we're going to put that into a Google form and create some reading comprehension questions. I'll go to Google Gemini and write a story. My target grade is going to be 8th grade. What should the topic be for the story? Well, because it's right before the holidays, let's go ahead and put down that Mr. Castro has his heart changed by the magic of the holidays. Sounds like a great story for that last week of school. A couple other notes. Well, we're talking about rising action. Let's make it suspenseful. Let's use figurative language. It will generate the glint in Mr. Castro's eye, a perfect name for my story about Mr. Castro. I can take a look at the story here. It'll actually give me a couple of facts that I can kind of use if I want to add those. Do a little nonfiction connection as well. I can actually export it to Docs, which is what I will do. And now I have this Google Doc. I can go ahead and erase these instructions at the very top. Obviously, I'm going to want to take a look at this and make sure that it's appropriate for my 8th grade students, not necessarily content-wise, but for example, when I take a look here at the top, I see that it says Mr. Ernesto Castro. So I'll go ahead and just replace that. So I just have Mr. Castro there. And this looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and just discard those changes. And now I will use Gemini to create some reading comprehension questions, which I can find there under assessments. All right. So 8th grade level, how many questions do I want? Let's go ahead and say 5, multiple choice, maybe even an open-ended one. I will upload that. It's at the top of my Google Drive right there. What skills do I want them to demonstrate? Well, we're talking about figurative language. That's what I said to include, so I'll go ahead and click on that. It will generate questions. And those are my questions. Now I can go ahead and take these and just put them into another Google Doc if I want to, or I can export it to a form. And then it automatically opens up the form for me. I can go ahead and rename that. Not Ernesto, but the glint in Mr. Castro's eyes to go along with my question. And actually, if students click on this, it can take them right to the text. So you can actually build all of this in. But this obviously has more practical applications. This is a fun little example right before the holidays. But you can use it really just for any sort of reading comprehension quiz, make it a little bit more personalized, get students a little bit more invested in it, and help them to practice skills that you're currently learning in class. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or would like something covered in the future, let me know.